You've finished the final slide. The partners are smiling, nodding, and shaking your hand. You pack up your laptop and walk out to the lobby, certain you just secured your seed round. But the meeting you just survived didn't actually determine your funding, and it certainly didn't set your valuation. The real evaluation starts the exact second that heavy boardroom door clicks shut. The dynamic instantly shifts. You are no longer in the room to defend your business, which means the debate transforms from you against the investors to one partner against the rest of their firm. The pitch functions as a sales enablement exercise. Its primary goal is to hand an internal champion the specific ammunition they need to fight on your behalf once you've left the building. Harvard Business School researchers surveyed dozens of venture capital firms to figure out exactly how these investment committees vote on early-stage deals. This chart from their data breaks down voting rules by investment stage. Looking at the seed column, the dark blue section shows that an enthusiastic champion is often sufficient to do the deal. At this early stage, firms frequently allow a single partner with high conviction to override the rest of the committee. As companies mature into early and growth stages, that reliance on a single champion shrinks. Later rounds demand broader consensus. But at the seed stage, the goal is catching massive outliers, making it more important to empower a champion than to eliminate every risk. Because many partners naturally focus on the potential flaws in an early-stage idea, your champion needs bulletproof evidence to survive the ensuing interrogation. The skeptics sitting around that table have sat through hundreds of pitches. They run rapid, subconscious pattern-matching algorithms, comparing your claims to every failed startup that previously lost their money. If your narrative requires 5 caveats or a highly complex explanation to make sense, your champion loses their ability to defend it efficiently. There are specific triggers, SaaS seed red flags, that automatically strip your champion of their ammunition and hand victory to the skeptics. The quickest way to kill your deal is the TAM trap. This happens when founders claim a massive total addressable market using top-down industry reports, without offering any grounding evidence for how they'll actually capture it. To protect your deal, you must arm your champion with a verifiable bottom-up TAM equation. This requires showing the exact number of qualified buyers, your average contract value, and a realistic penetration rate. The second major threat is the competitor blind spot. Claiming you have no real competition signals a lack of market awareness. There is always an alternative, even if it is just a legacy spreadsheet or the customer doing nothing. Falling for these red flags effectively disarms the champion, signaling to the rest of the room that the founder has skipped the fundamental work of customer discovery. The final deal-killing red flag is an evasive answer regarding your core unit economics. This table outlines specific topics VCs use to minimize risk. Notice the interrogative questions in the traction and financials rows. Fumble these metrics and trust shatters. Looking at the market and competition rows, their scrutiny is a standardized checklist demanding strict verifiability. Your internal champion uses these hard, verifiable numbers as a shield against the skeptic's inevitable attacks. They cannot win the argument with your passion. They have to win it with your math. A champion cannot defend a founder's enthusiasm. They can only defend cold, replicable evidence. The golden rule of fundraising is that the best deck does not answer every possible question. It answers the right questions first to prevent hesitation before it starts. Founders often fail because they treat a seed round like a Series A, packing the deck with unnecessary forecasts, or they try to pitch a B2B SaaS company using the metrics of a consumer app. To find out if your pitch will survive the partner meeting, you should run your deck through the empty room test. Read your deck aloud and pinpoint any moment where you are forced to explain a concept verbally, rather than showing clear evidence on the slide. Verbal explanations vanish the moment you step into the elevator. Only documented, visual proof survives to speak for you in the partner meeting. If you want to skip the trial and error process of figuring out exactly what proof you need, you can access the Blueprint Kit linked in the description. It provides the VC-ready 16-slide pitch deck templates and the 16-page VC instruction guide, built entirely around institutional investor psychology. Your valuation is decided in a room you aren't allowed inside. Do not leave your champion empty-handed.